Hello everyone, this is Anthony, formerly known as Anthony Formerly 2003 on my YouTube channel here once again. And today, I'm going to tell you what my admitting of my wrongdoings. So yeah. So anyways, here we go. Before I start this wrongdoings, some of these, I'm not going to explain all my wrongdoings because some of you don't understand what I'm talking about. Except, I'll give you a hint. It's actually when Teletubbies met the Boobas and the Beatles and the Return of the Beatles, for example. Those stuff I don't what their fan made. It's actually a fan made version of the Teletubbies, and the fan made version of Booba is made by someone else who made on YouTube. So yeah, for example, that one I don't want to talk about. Except, if you already know what I'm talking about, tell me in the comments. So yeah. But this is just for everyone who but this is everyone who hates for someone who hates me, such as Brendan Pippin, Andy Ho, Ryan Goodwin, and some other YouTubers out there. If you're watching this is for you. Because I'm going to talk about my wrongdoings. Oh yeah, and also Ali Jessa. So I'm going to talk about my wrongdoings. The reasons why I'm doing my wrongdoings is because, first of all, number one, well, I'm only going to do 2 or 3 things because I would have liked to do 4 or 5 things, but I prefer 3. So yeah. So I'm only going to do some of my wrongdoings. I'm not going to say anything, because a lot of things I don't remember what I did wrong. So yeah, I'm going to say doing my wrongdoings the right way. Alright. So here's some of my wrongdoings, shall we? Here we go. So first, number 1 is, I remember back in somewhere in the late 2020 through the early 2021, I remember the first time I made a message video to Ali Jessa 2000 and to upload Booba, which is for the first time, I believe. And then later he comment, "I'm sorry, dude, I don't do Booba stuff because I don't want to get copyright, but I still like Booba though." And also, and then later, at the end of 2020, he said, "I told you I don't do Booba stuff." And in 2021, the last time when I forced him to do that, which I don't care about it, he said, I remember I said, "I don't care if you don't do Booba stuff." That's what I said back a long time ago. And they comment me and says, "For the last time, I don't want to do Booba stuff. If you force me to, forcing me, if I force him to do it one more time, he would have blocked me on my channel for good. I would have been ashamed to myself." Yeah. And Ali, if you're watching this video, I'm very sorry. If you're watching this, Ali Jessa 2000, I'm very sorry for what I've done back in 2020 and 2021, a very long time ago. And in case you're wondering, Ali, the reason why I did that, I only did that for a reason. Why, I don't know if that was a reason, because I usually did that for a reason, because, well, it's just for all the Booba fans out there. Everyone who knew or they don't know Booba. And if you guys hate Booba, I can handle your opinion. Such as, Andy Ho and some Brendan Pippin, Ryan Goodwin. I still like Teletubbies and Booba. But I might not like Cocomelon, or I think I'll stick with the Booba and the Teletubbies and Cocomelon. So yeah, I probably will never tell Ali to upload Booba full episode. The reason why I did that is because I'm afraid it might be the Desert Island episode, because we don't have Desert Island US version. I'm afraid it's the episode that was no one been uploaded to YouTube, because the US, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Booba, the PBS version, it was actually the PBS broadcast version that contains Look What I Can Do and extra dance endings and stuff like that. I really wish a lot of people have those blank Booba tapes. It's a good thing recently. Serious Lifeguard, the YouTuber, finally add those Booba episodes. The Boo Zone upload the Booba episodes. Thank God. I'm really glad they did that. Comfy Armchair, Squeaky Socks has been completely found, and the complete version of Apollo Balls than last time. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Booba. I'm talking about what I did wrong. So yeah. So anyway, so that's what I did wrong, because I do understand why he won't do any Booba. And yes, he doesn't do Booba stuff. In case you're wondering, Ali, if you do upload Booba full episode, it will not get blocked on YouTube. Same thing. It'll probably the same thing like you upload Barney full episodes, Ali, because you like Barney the most. Your favorite show of all time. Well, mine nowadays is Thomas and Friends, for his entertainment show, that is. So yeah, I guess you prefer other shows like, and I understand you don't do Booba stuff. Like, I think you might used to like Booba, but I'm afraid you don't like Booba anymore nowadays. But I do know you had a Booba blank tape, Ali, in case you're wondering. So that's the first one I did wrong. Let's do the second one. So number 2. Here's what I did wrong on number 2. Back in somewhere in August of 2021, I keep pestering and forcing Ryan Goodwin to do VHS reviewing on Apollo 13 and any other Dr. Seuss's VHS collection and review. Well, here's a good thing. It's a good thing it wasn't Ryan Goodwin's idea. It was Adam DeZaya's idea, not him who blocked me. It was Adam DeZaya's idea than Ryan Goodwin. In fact, I really never heard of Adam DeZaya's before. And he also made message for me and he gave middle finger out at me. So yeah. So that's why I made a message video to Ryan Goodwin. Well, mostly I did Ryan Goodwin. I would have made apology video to Adam DeZaya's. And that it hurts my feelings. So yeah, it's a good thing they like me again until last year of July 2024. Ryan Goodwin hates me again. But this time it has to be liking Dan Sobel this time. Yeah, this is the third thing what I did wrong. Here's the most thing I had. Here's my most wrongdoing thing, you guys. Number 3. Here's what I did wrong, you guys. Sorry, it's kind of hard. I was getting so negative. If you don't know what negative means, my attitude. It's so hard not to be so negative. Being negative is getting me frustrated. But I'm starting with number 3. I couldn't know why. Number 3. I did something wrong. Well, I didn't realize. I used a while ago. Originally, I had the rights to still like Dan Sobel until July of last year, 2024. I remember. I don't know why someone told me to grow up and get a job thing. Before Brendan Pippin and other YouTubers blocked me on my YouTube channel, Homer Simpson, the YouTuber, just made a cringe video on me. And I don't really understand why they made a cringe video on me. And I got a feeling reasons why they did that is because I was because I'm a Dan Sobel and Amanda Cartwright supporter. Yeah, because I was friends with them still. Because even though I was friends with them. And I remember the reasons why I was friends with Dan Sobel is because he likes to do his Blues Clues letter saving some taste test videos. And for Amanda Carteret, she likes all sorts of good stuff, such as showing arts and crafts and all kinds of things. But yeah. But I do realize Dan Soul did something wrong, because back in September 2022, I did see his screaming video since when he found out screaming, but I did feel bad to him. That's why Brandon Pippen and Anthony Craig and Ryan Goodwin hates Dan Sobel since September 2022. Until 2020, and they could handle other people's opinions on Dan Sobel since they hate Dan Sobel until after he found out when Dan Sobel changing his pajamas in front of the kids on TikTok. They decided to make a video that Dan Sobel is becoming a pedophile. And when they did that, and then he blocked me. And guess what, you guys? For everyone who still cares about me, he blocked me and unsubscribed. Yeah. I cannot believe he blocked me. It hurts my feelings so much. I was really, really upset because I can't stand other people to hate me. I can't believe I got haters for that. I didn't want to get one of my haters. I would never do anything wrong. I thought I had a right to like Dan Sobel back then. Oh yeah, especially Amanda Carteret. Well, but most of all, Ellie. So yeah. Well, then I did start to cut ties Dan Sobel for the first time ever when since I was upset, so I thought I decided to cut ties. I cut ties in for the first time since August of last year, 2024. Then I start liking him again since December because for some reason I start liking Dan again since December of 2024. In case you didn't notice, because Dan Soul made a live stream video and Dan Soul just hurts my feelings. So I just can't stand Dan Soul hates me. So yeah. And then I liked him again until I start cutting ties him since April 7th, 2025. But here's the good news, you guys. Right now, the good news for all the Dan Sobel haters, who cares who likes me, I am really glad I cut ties Dan Sobel. That's a good thing, you guys. It's a good thing I cut ties Dan Sobel. I regret being friends with him since 2021. I just knew Dan Sobel. I remember I had a really long life being friends with Dan Sobel, and I would have liked the user I would have liked is Dan Sobel and Amanda Carteret. The reason why I would have liked Dan Sobel is, first of all, he likes the letter segment. Second of all, taste test videos. Third of all, TV show reviews, movie reviews, and anything and so much more that he does do for fun. Especially when he makes rip videos when people passed away. Those are the stuff I prefer than what I have done. I only hate when Dan Sobel did something wrong. When I did like Dan Sobel before they cut ties me, I don't really care if he does some bad things, in my opinion. Especially for everyone who still likes Dan Sobel. Well, Jordan Bowen, also known as Jordan's Media Corps 2000, cut ties Dan Sobel since January of this year, 2025. And I started cutting ties him recently since April. And since April 7th of 2025, I think I decided to hate Dan Sobel because I'm afraid that, well, first of all, Ryan Sylvia blocked me again because I was supporting Dan Sobel. And also, And sadly, well, since I already cut ties Dan Sobel, I have a feeling that Brandon Pippen and Ryan Goodwin, I don't know, for some reason Brandon Pippen and Andy Ho told me I have no position. And I don't understand what no position means. I don't really get it at all. So I just get confused. No one did no position. I know they said no position on. I know they. Yeah, I don't know why. Nowadays, most YouTubers hate Dan Sobel. And I guess I'm afraid everybody except Jennifer Manning hates Dan Sobel. I know that Jennifer Manning still likes Dan Sobel, but even though I still like Jennifer Manning, so yeah, if I were a Dan Sobel hater, I could still handle her opinion on Dan Sobel as long as she's a good YouTuber. And she's a very good person, too, so yeah. But as long as she likes to do some Blue's Clues stuff, that's fine. Because for me, liking Dan Sobel was, I think the only special way for me about Dan Sobel, he make less letters, because he likes to do his letter segments and his Blue's Clues stuff. He likes to pretend he likes to play Blue's Clues. His stuff this is what I would like about Dan Sobel. I used to be friends with Dan Sobel, but nowadays I'm not. So yeah, I am no longer friends with Dan Sobel. So yeah, I would have been ashamed to myself. I thought I had a right to like Dan Sobel. Well, Nate the Game Media 2006 told me I have a right to like Dan Sobel. Because I'm not as bad as, it's a good thing Nate the Game Media 2006 and some other YouTubers did not cut ties me at all. I just can't believe one YouTuber before I hate the rest of the other YouTubers. I couldn't believe that Ryan Silvio told me to not trust me at all. I cannot believe Ryan Silvio did that. I'm not a bad YouTuber. I'm really innocent. I'm not want to be a pedophile or a man-child. Because I don't want to do anything bad. Just because I support other YouTubers doesn't mean they're going to hate me. And just because I still like some other YouTubers except Amanda. I might still like Ben Lomancha and Jennifer Manning, because I believe they still like Dan Sobel. I believe Logan Carroll still likes Dan Sobel too, but I know Steve the YouTuber hates Dan Sobel. So yeah. But I started hating Dan Sobel since April 7th of this year, 2025. So yeah. I started cutting ties Dan Sobel since 2025. Recently. So yeah. And now let's move on to the Amanda Carteret part. I'm going to tell you when I cut ties Amanda Carteret. And this is the first time I cut ties Amanda Carteret. It was back somewhere June 18th or 19th of 2025 I did. After I'm done in high school, right before during the first day of summer, I start cutting ties Amanda Carteret. Yeah, that's right. I cut ties Amanda Carteret. Because, well, first of all, the reasons why I did that, well, first of all, some other YouTubers bash my opinions on Amanda. Second of all, I'm afraid that Amanda Carteret is a woman child, just like Dan Sobel is a man child. Well, Dan Sobel, he was screaming at Devin Osborne via the social media guy, and he was screaming and he was changing his pajamas in front of the kids on TikTok. So yeah. And also, on Amanda Carteret's side, she was recording in the ARC program, she was hitting her mother, and she was being mean to her mother, and he hits her brother, and he records videos of the ARC program. And for some reason, on Jordan Bowens, I just realized that She told me that she made a lot of cringe videos, such as Baby Alive dolls, Cocomelon, and pads. Yeah, actually, I don't care if she likes Cocomelon. In my opinion, for me, I don't care. I kind of don't care about Cocomelon. I don't know about Cocomelon. I don't just hate Cocomelon. I have no opinion, but it is boring. It's a good thing it's boring. If I were you guys who doesn't handle their opinions, I'm afraid I have no choice for hating Cocomelon. Just like I hate Amanda Carteret and Dan Sobel. So yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid I have no right to like Dan Sobel, Amanda Carteret. I'm afraid it was a new rule since 2024. Nowadays, opinion is bashed now. Man, they used to handle other people's opinions until they decided not to trust. And do you know who decided not to trust first? For Dan Sobel originally, it was I already know it's Ryan Sylvia is the one. They decided to not trust Dan first. First, it was actually Ryan Silva's idea. She's the one who originally decided that Dan cannot be trusted. Now they have to bash other people's opinions on people who like Dan Sobel. I will never hate anybody who likes Dan Sobel or Amanda Carteret at all. But if I see other people like Dan Sobel and Amanda Carteret, as long as they prefer, if he likes taste test videos and some stuff, that's fine, because I probably would have liked his taste test videos. In case you're wondering, I do hate Dan Sobel, but I don't just hate him for everything. I only hate him because I don't want to get in trouble, and also I just realized he did something wrong. The only two reasons why I hate Dan Sobel: number one, I don't want to get they cut-ticing me, and also Dan Sobel did some terrible things, such as changing his pajamas, screaming at Devin Osborne, and did some disgusting things, and shoved a middle finger up the private parts. So yeah, and he cusses and swears and posts his middle finger to our good friends. So yeah, usually they talk about the reasons why about hating, because what he have done. So yeah, and here are the two reasons why I kind of do hate Amanda Carteret. Well, I kind of do hate Amanda Carteret, except she likes children's shows. Yeah, and Dan Sobel likes children's shows. So yeah, I do prefer that Dan Sobel loves Blue's Clues. If Dan Sobel likes Blue's Clues, I'm fine with that. I prefer Amanda Carteret likes Disney princesses and Teletubbies, VHS collection, DVDs and stuff like that. And also some very cool homemade bootleg VHS and DVDs that she probably made those, I think. And also, she also loves the Disney princesses. If I were a girl, I really love princesses. I think I would still like Amanda Carteret. Yeah, I guess I probably might hate her, because I think that reminds me, Amanda Carteret, that YouTuber's for girls. Yeah, and speaking of Disney princess, her favorite color is pink. If I were a girl, you guys, my favorite color would be pink the most. But I do like pink mostly because of the Pink Panther. But my favorite color is blue and orange than pink. So yeah, in case you're wondering. Here are the two reasons I have no choice for hate. Here are the two reasons why I cut ties. Number one, just like I cut ties Dan Sobel, a lot of YouTubers like Ryan Sylvia could not handle my opinion on Amanda Carteret. And second of all, Amanda Carteret did something wrong, such as her cringe videos. Yeah, she also wishes 9/11, which that is not an unhappy thing. People would have got killed. That's why she got a lot of haters for that. I can't believe it. And also, she was using the bathroom, and she was seeing her bottom, see her underwear showing. I don't know why. I don't know if she did that on purpose. And that would have been an accident, or if she did it on purpose, or if she forgot to change it, or if she did it on purpose. Because people got a lot of haters. I'm afraid Amanda Cartwright's worse than Dan Sobel and Eric Payton. Even though I hate Eric Payton and Dan Sobel and Amanda Cartwright, I'm not sure if I have a right to hate Eric Payton. So yeah, in case you're wondering, but I know Eric Payton's old news. So yeah. So this is kind of like my wrongdoings. So yeah, guys, I'm very sorry for me liking Dan Sobel, and liking Amanda Cartwright. And also, Allie, if you're watching this, I'm very sorry for forcing you to upload Booba, the US version, if you're watching this for Allie. And yeah. And I just like Dan Sobel and Amanda Cartwright for a reason. I don't like them just because. I only like them because Dan Sobel likes his Blue's Clues stuff, letter segments, taste test videos, TV show reviews, movie reviews, and what else? And rip videos when people passed away. They usually do the rest in peace and give a moment of silence. That's what they use. When Dan Sobel does this rip videos, he tells we gotta give a moment of silence. And they cover it. They give a moment of silence. Yeah. I kinda do really miss his rip videos when people about their actors have passed away. And their anniversary videos and stuff like that. That's what Dan Sobel likes to do on his channel. And for Amanda Cartwright, oh yeah, he also does anniversary videos except 9/11. I can't believe Amanda Cartwright wishes 9/11. I don't know if she did it by accident. I'm afraid she doesn't understand if 9/11 got killed. I'm afraid for her 9/11 is a good thing, but I don't know. I'm afraid she make shout-outs to people who did bad things. So yeah. Nowadays, I have no opinion on Amanda. I would have liked her, but I don't have a crush. I don't really have a crush on Amanda. So yeah. So those are some of my wrongdoings, you guys. So I'm very sorry for me liking Dan Sobel and supporting Amanda Cartwright. I don't know if I have a right to like Kellen Anderson. I kind of have no opinion on Kellen Anderson. I would have liked Kellen Anderson. If I want to like the YouTuber the most, I would like Kellen Anderson. I would have liked Kellen Anderson better than Dan Sobel and Amanda Cartwright. I would have liked that better than that. I don't know what Kellen Anderson was getting and did something wrong. They said they had no position on hating Dan Sobel and Amanda. What if Kellen Anderson did something wrong? I have no idea, but I have no opinion on Anthony Shuvot. Actually, you probably didn't notice. The YouTubers I hate were Tracy and Unicorn, Dan Sobel, Eric Payton, Amanda Cartwright, Greg FUTTP, and Anthony Shuvot. I don't just hate it. I just have no opinion on Anthony Shuvot. If you guys like Anthony Shuvot, that's okay. I don't know if he's a bad YouTuber, but sadly they bashed my opinions on the YouTubers that I liked. I really wish I wish they could handle my opinion than bashing. I will never hate that Dan Sobel until today, yeah. So yeah, can you please forgive me? I'm trying my best doing my wrongdoings. Because there's a lot of explaining going on about this, you guys. This video is very long, so yeah. I hope you understand what my wrongdoings are. So I don't know what else I gotta say with this video, so I'm gonna have to let it be because I don't have much time for that. So yeah. will you painfully forgive me? Thank you. That's all I gotta say for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye.